3:49 is the time. My name is Tori. My in-studio guest is Victor Lindenheim. Victor, hi. Nice to see you.
Hi, Tori. Good to see you.
Good afternoon. Now, Victor, you are the executive, let me see if I can get this correct. You are the executive director of Golden State Gateway Coalition.
That's right.
What exactly does that's an awesome title. I wish I had a cool title like that. Please tell me what that means.
We've been around for a long time. We're a nonprofit transportation advocacy organization. I should say education and advocacy. We put out a lot of information. And our focus is on improving roadway transportation in North Los Angeles County. Our principal focus and priority is improving Interstate 5.
The Golden State Freeway, hence the Golden State Gateway Coalition.
Yes.
I can put two and two together, Victor. Come on, you don't need to hit me with a hammer. All right. So what exactly is happening for the 5, and will Santa Clarita like it? Tell me.
Well, a lot of improvements are coming, and that's a good thing.
I'm giving you the golf clap.
Improving your ride on the 5. Mm-hmm. It's actually a two-phase project. Some of the work has already been done, and you may have seen some of the evidence with some of the sound walls and other barriers that have gone up, widening. That was some preliminary work on the footprint of the eventual finished project. But to sum it up in a sentence, nearly $1 billion of improvements are coming to Interstate 5 in our valley in the next 5 years.
In the next 5 years, can you tell me where that expansion is going to be?
Sure.
Because I know where I'd want it. Can I tell you where I'd want it?
Sure. Where would you like it?
Because I sit here every single afternoon and I talk about the northbound side of the 5, bumper to bumper, from right before the 14 split to Calgrove.
Right.
That's where I want. Can I have more road?
You have 2 more wishes, but I wish I could promise that would be done within the next week. That's not the case. So that's the bad news. But again, the good news is it will be happening very shortly. When I explain the project, it's really 2 phases. The first phase that's about to happen this summer is what they being Caltrans, calls a pavement rehabilitation. So basically, the ugliness that you experience in your ride on Interstate 5, broken pavement, potholes, pits, everything else will be corrected. That is a 2-year project, again, starting this summer of 2017, extending to summer of 2019. And the area of the focus route, it's about 16 miles, going from below about half a mile below the I-5 14 interchange that you love so much, up north to just past Lake Hughes exit on Interstate 5. It's about 16 miles. So there'll be new pavement there. It doesn't solve your problem initially.
It'll help. Well, it'll help my shocks.
Yes.
It'll do that.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
And the next phase, starting in 2019, currently under design, and again, the first phase will be handled principally by Caltrans and its consultants and contractors. The next phase will be handled by Metro, the county the county agency, as opposed to the division of the state transportation department. The next phase is adding carpool lanes, auxiliary lanes, sound walls, and extending one of the truck lanes.
I do have a question regarding, and you may or may not have the answer. We didn't get to talk a lot before you went on the air, but here's a question for you. Right on that Golden State, right as you pass the 14, there seems to be, on the left side, a lot of road that we're not using.
Right.
What's going on there? Because it just, when I'm in traffic and I'm trying to go north and I see all that lovely road that's just not being used, why do we have that, and what's going on?
There is indeed a lot of real estate to your left as you go north on the 14 coming home, north on the 5 with 5-14 splits, and we've tried to deal with that issue. I don't want to assess blame, but a better job perhaps could have been done. The issue is that particular roadway, and we had our own consultants and Caltrans engineers look at it. We discussed it many times. We had the Economic Development Corporation, Holly Schroeder and her group, get involved in urging that it be fixed ASAP. Well, it cannot be done ASAP. There's quite a process now. It's a whole new project. Some would say, "Oh, why can't you just stripe it and we can use that?"
That's what I say.
It's not the
Why-
case. It's not safe. It's not. The roadway would probably deteriorate very quickly with if it being heavy trafficked, as it is in that part of the I-5, would be destroyed in no time. It would not be a good thing. And as I say, the problem is you'd have to essentially start a whole new project. And getting a project done, a major project, that even though it doesn't seem like a lot, you're talking about design, potential environmental clearance, not necessarily. We already have environmental clearance on most of on what's planned. Positioning the equipment and materials. That's a big deal, even for a short stretch.
It just wasn't originally engineered for a lane.
It wasn't engineered for lane, and it wasn't included in the first phases of the project.
Okay.
And that's, again, you could argue.
Because we all just salivate. When we're sitting there, bumper to bumper, we look over and say, but I want to go there.
I take a field trip a couple of times a week, whether I want to or not, so I experience the same thing.
So how long from start to finish? You started with some dates. Refresh my memory.
Sure.
When will it all start? When will it all end? And when will we be happy? I know the roads are going to, in the next couple of years, they'll be nice and smooth.
Yes.
And that'll be a couple of miles, you said, before the 514. It'll take us up to Lake Hughes.
Right.
And that starts this,
Actually past Lake Hughes.
past Lake Hughes. And that'll take a couple of years.
That's a 2-year project. Smooth roads, 2 years. The next phase, again, moving from Caltrans to Metro, will be the addition of carpool lanes. No toll, carpool lanes. There will also be auxiliary lanes, which means between access and egress at entrance and exits on the right side of the road. You're trying to, there'll be a longer stretch for safety, convenience, efficiency. There'll also be some sound walls for some of the citizens who are concerned about potentially additional noise. You'll have traffic moving faster rather than slower, which we think is a good thing.
Always a good thing. Always a good thing. So it's Victor. It's come to the fun part of the interview. Now that we know all about all the projects and the wonderful things that are happening with the 5 freeway, and I can't wait. I hope time jumps so we can hurry with those projects.
By the way, just to date, the second phase, which will fix your problem on the I-5 north, just south of the I-514, is scheduled to start fall of 2019, completion 2022.
Okay.
Wish
so,
I could rush it for you.
You know what, Victor? 2020, come back. We have a party, okay? We'll all be so happy. Victor, this part of the interview is the fun part, and it goes very quickly. It goes very quickly. We want to know a little bit about Victor, because you've been a fun interview, and you told me a lot about what's going on with the I-5. But this is about you. This is about Victor. So here are what we call the KHTS Fast 5, and just whatever comes, boom, 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 like that. Try not to think about it too much. You ready?
Okay.
If you didn't have to sleep, what would you do with your extra time? No sleep, what extra time, what would you do with
Play
it?
music.
I love it. What job would you be terrible at?
A judge.
Really?
I would not like to do it.
Okay.
No.
Aliens just landed in Santa Clarita. You're in charge of giving them a tour. Where do you go first?
Wow. The mall.
Do a little shopping with the aliens.
Sure.
What are some small things that make your day better?
Seeing my wife, seeing friends, a good meal.
I love them all. What is something that is considered a luxury, but you don't think you could live without? What is something that is considered a luxury, but you don't think you could live without?
I play guitar, and I have some gorgeous guitars. Couldn't live without them.
You're a guitar player.
Yeah.
Do you sing?
No.
Okay.
Just play.
We need to work on that. Victor, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for stopping in and telling us all about the I-5. Please come back in the middle of everything. I want to hear how progress is coming. You come back and we'll talk more.
I look forward to it.
Sounds like a deal.
Thanks for having me here, Tori.
Thanks so much, Victor.